It's okay. It's okay. You've made up your mind. Come on. All you have to do is wait for me to come back, okay? It won't be long now. I'll be right with you, right by your side, where I'll be forever. Because I'm all yours, darling. Maybe you've gone a little bit insane with hunger now, but I don't care. All I want is you and me. Forever. All I want is to be yours. To be with you forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. I know the hunger hurts. Your stomach. Your teeth. They're telling you need the blood. And you'll get it. The bag is empty, but eventually you'll get all the blood you need. I told you that I was putting my body into overdrive to produce as much blood for you as I can. And that means that I built more than enough to feed your cravings. Do you still even remember how to imprint? It's funny how you refuse to make yours, and yet the voice in your head isn't even your own. It's me. It'll always be me. Until the end of time. Until we're both dead. I'll be stuck in your head forever. If you don't remember how to imprint, or if you do it wrong, why'd it happen then? You look so adorable. Empathetic. Just begging for blood, but unable to get a word out. Just remember the ways. What was the first step again? Was it making them drink your blood? Or was that the second step? You can't even stand on your legs anymore, crawling on the ground, barely alive. But a little blood can change that. Okay, and making them drink your blood is definitely step 2. But then what was step 1? Wasn't it to make it simple? Or was that only after they drank your blood? I wish I was actually here right now, seeing you struggle like this. I'm sure I'd thoroughly enjoy every single second. God, Hunter,
Why can't you remember?
You just need to remember the steps, okay? If you forget those, you're never getting out of here, no matter what. I wonder, was it the withdrawal or the hunger that made you like this? Such a mess. Laying on the floor, barely a shadow of the graceful, powerful vampire you once were. Come on, just... Right. That's it. They need to cut their finger on your veins, and you need to cut your own too. Then it's letting them drink from you. Do you even remember what it felt like? How long ago it is now? A week, 2, Or maybe you've been down here almost a year. Who knows? I'm the only one of us who can tell the time. And I'm more than patient enough to keep you down here for that long. Okay, what was up there? It was something to do with the cut fingers and blood. But what exactly was it? Was there consequence for doing it wrong? Doing it through with the connection, making it all strange. You still remember, don't you? Soaring the skies, haunting the night, being the apex predator of humans, just draining people of their blood and leaving them for dead. You idiots. Okay, cut fingers, feed blood. Does drinking the finger count as a separate step? What was that part of step 2? Night and moon. I should have paid more attention. You were truly the greatest. Fast, strong, stealthy, and charismatic. The nights were yours. You could do almost anything you wanted to. Take whatever you want, with nothing in your way except for other vampires. You idiot. Okay, so, got fingers, feed, drink. Next step was... Right. Next step was drawing the symbol in each other's blood, and then... Was there even a next step? Or was it just waiting for the blood to dry, and then it's done? Do you remember that night at the club? Oh, lovely. Pretty victim. Unaware of who you were. Too drunk to realize what they were dealing with. Toying with them was so much fun. And then the final moment of draining them dry and leaving their corpse to rot. Simply the cherry on top. You're so dumb, but I love it. No. There was definitely something. Something you needed to do before the blood had dried. Hell and heaven. This was virtually useless knowledge until now. I'm surprised that you even got this far in remembering. Seeing their withered corpse, pale and cold, limp and powerless. Perfection. Absolute perfection. A mortal stood no chance against you. And now look you. Maybe you look like that to them. Pathetic, powerless, unable to muster any kind of defense. Unable to even survive without their explicit mercy. They could just have you die in here, but no. They made into a fun little game for themselves. Just like you toyed with your prey. Can you feel it? Can't you hear it? Can't you see it? Your senses are so much better, and yet... The vampire mortal couple you met at the time. The vampire told you all these things. The entire ritual. Cut the fingers, feed them, and feed yourself. Draw the symbol, and quickly. Was it quench your thirst, or quote? There was a quote. Some kind of incantation. What was it? What did he tell you? He even gave you a mnemonic to help. They're the hunter now, and you're the prey. They hold all the strings in their hands. They've got you in a cage. They control your food. They're smarter than they seem. They never even came close enough to attack. Never did anything to risk getting attacked. They might be human, but they have you dead to rights. There's nothing you can do to escape. Nothing you can do to resist. Why? What you open your eyes? Are you alright? You haven't moved in a while now. Oh, there you are. Were you lost in your head, darling? Were you hearing things again? Were you maybe considering what to do? Come on. Quench your thirst, or recite the quote. What was it? Wait, I'm pretty sure it was a quote. It was something like, with this I bind you. Something. Bound by blood. Something. Forever mine. That was the end. Now to fill the blanks. Oh, would you look at that? They're pacing around the cage like a bird circling its prey. Fitting, really. They're just patiently waiting for the perfect time to strike. Waiting until they decide you're ripe to pluck. They weren't kidding when they said they were patient. I'd love to know what's going on inside of your head right about now. You are not even moving. Your eyes are barely fluttering open. Not quite enough strength enough in your body to move, I guess. Perhaps you denied yourself a little too much blood. I mean, you did manage to crawl right next to the last blood bag I left for you, and yet it's almost entirely full. You couldn't even drink a single drop, could you? I guess even just laying out the blood bag can't help you anymore. With this I bind you, sigil of the night, bound by blood, then something, then forever mine. So it's a symbol, cuffing. No. Come on. You can do this. You know what it means. Cut the fingers, drink and feed, symbol, quote. What did he say? What was the night forsaken quote? They've taken pills to feed you bags upon bags of blood. They've learned everything about vampires to even trap you. Let alone everything that came after that. You have been outplayed at every turn. But they made a single mistake. They let it be your choice. So now, this is finally the moment where you really have to make a decision. On one hand, there's me. On the other hand, there's Duff. And it would be such a shame for such a long, powerful life to come to an end because of someone so small compared to you. You know, I really look up to you. You've seen great things. You have walked through the ages, and you have been part of some of the biggest moments in history. Or at least, you've seen them happen. And for something as small and pathetic as a little mortal to make something that big come to an end, with nothing but pure devotion and love. It'd be a shame for me, because I'd lose you forever. I'd be so heartbroken. I would never want to see another sunrise. It'd be a shame for all the world, all those memories, all that beauty lost over some small issue you have. We've done is dug your heels into the sand over something that, in the grand scheme of things, doesn't matter at all. Why is it so fuzzy? You need blood, you need a drink. That'd freshen up your memory just a little bit. A few sips. Just enough to think a little more clearly. Just enough to not feel so cold. No. Don't do that. Don't think that. What's that last line? What's that last blank to fill? Quenching your thirst is the last step. With this, I bind you, sigil of the night, bound by blood. What comes next? You're supposed to know these things. You memorize this so you never forget. You didn't. You thought it was useless. Why would you want to depend on a mortal? Something so small and pathetic. If only you'd seen the use in it. If only you'd valued knowledge over having fun once in your miserable mortal life, then you'd be fine now. It's your choice. It's still your choice. You've got the final say what happens here. You can just refuse to give this freak who thinks they love you what they want. Who cares if it means you die? If it's enough to permanently leave a mark on this thing pacing around the cage, it's worth it. As whatever that is. It's not a human mortal. That is not a walking blood bag. That's something way beyond. If they can do this to you, imagine what they could do to other vampires. They destroy vampire kind with that kind of power and knowledge. So you need to hurt them. Do the only one thing that you can do to destroy this horrible creature. I honestly wish I could go in there and help you right now. I wish I could cut open my arm and just have the blood trickle into your mouth. I wish I could go in there and hold you tight, press you against my chest in a tight hug, and come for you. I'm so sorry. I have to do something like this, darling. I wish it could be different. I wish I could do all the things I want to do. Take care of you in every way my fragile body allows. But then, well, you've chosen me not to. You are simply resisting me for resistance' sake. This, the two of us, it could be so great. You're not willing. You're not ready yet. You're almost there. Right. With this, I bind you, sigil of the night, bound by blood, mortal and immortal, forever mine. That was the quote. That's it. That's all you have to do. Cut both of your fingers on your veins, drink each other's blood, draw the sigil, say the quote, then quench your thirst. The moment you do that, you are bound together forever, and their body starts to become perfectly adapted to you, but yours to theirs too. They'll naturally produce more blood, and you'll get addicted to drinking theirs and nobody else's. You have to do this. You have to stop them, hurt them, emotionally or physically. It doesn't matter. Just make sure they can never threaten a vampire ever again. That's the best option available for you right now. The only option you should even consider. Muster whatever strength you have left and just rip them apart. Or just give up. Either way you win. You have to do it. So, my love, my ever-living darling, I've shown you my patience. I've displayed my love. Now the choice is yours. What will you decide?